Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the podcast. Let's begin. I'll be talking about the podcast called Pacino. That's the particular actor. Let's get started. The most important takeaway from the textbook I've read about theater since 1970. I found it very entertaining to read the textbook for theater back in 1970. Due to my understanding of the reading, I feel the connection between the audiences that were watching the actors performing in 1970. The play in 1970 is interesting to me. Back in 1970, I found it very entertaining that theater companies for the actors to train as acting as similar as nowadays. As I read in the textbook, I found it very intimidating of the actors that were repeated back in the 1950s to 60s on the stage. The era or lens based on that I found out of 1970 was evolving to the audiences where they taught us that they were finding enthusiasm for the theater companies as a canon. I found it as reading the textbook that the theater plays were very engaging as well as nowadays. Due to my understanding of the reading, the plays in 1970 were personal engagements for the actors that were acting on stage. That fascinated me about theater in the 1970s was Pacino, because he was a particular actor for the audiences to watch him performing in the entertainment community. Something that surprised me was that audiences found it very funny to see him performing from the plays in the 1970s. The performances relate to each other by seeing him growing in his plays on the stage. In the examples, Pacino was a great actor in the 1970s. He filmed himself as an actor in the 1970s. He was a top actor in the film industry. In my personal reactions, it has excited me by reading about Pacino because it was my first time reading on the textbook. He has worked on filming on television as an actor for many years. Based on I have read in the entire textbook, something really fascinating me in terms of ways of making theater. As I have read in the textbook, I feel the connection to the audiences that they were watching the characters acting in the performances in 1970. It is based on theater history plays from 1970. Based on my readings of understanding, I found that theater history had taught us that from the plays based on the characters of the actors, they were very entertaining in their plays of engagement. That's all for the podcast. Thank you.